quirky? My name is Kenny Beach, and I invented the new improved toilet paper roll holder for the household. It works great, and it's my own little invention, and I'm going to show you how it works. First, I'm just going to demonstrate it. When it's perfected and manufactured with more precision tools...
I mean, bro, if you all on the job, and you only all 47 years old, and you haven't made a dime from what you've created, or you haven't put out what you created before you plan to do this. I mean, I'm not sure how far did you think that would get. Yo, big truck. Dang. What's going on with y'all, man? Um, yeah, man. So this is the part two of the guy, man, who went M cave hunting by the mountains, man, in Area 51, and just vanished. Um, it was it was getting steep, man. There's a lot of mysterious things going on. So let's finish it on out and see what we got going on.
Kenny, saying that, quote, he was surprised that I did not have my own personal thinking going on in my head about thoughts were such a normal personal internal conversation going on in his head. Susan also provided a text message where Sharon claimed that Kenny was supposed to text her on the fourth day after his hike when he came down the mountain. She states that when I did not get a text, I am the one that called missing persons. The searches started because of my call. However, it is important to note that Kenny was not reported missing until 7 days after he had gone for his hike. According to Susan, Kenny told family members something of a similar nature to the things Sharon was claiming.
He also told his brother Michael that if he decided to disappear, nobody would find him.
However, Susan doesn't agree with this assumption.
Kenny was the cheerleader. I could even show you on his Facebook page where people were stressed out, and he would say, "You know what? It's just a momentary thing. Things are going to get better. I'm here for you." That was Kenny. When his dad died, we talked about quite a bit. That was against everything Kenny believed in. We had many discussions about his dad's death.
Internet sleuths dug deeper into Kenny's life to try and better understand his motive. What they soon discovered was that Kenny's life had hit a major rocky patch recently. According to Sharon, and evidenced by his own YouTube content, Kenny had quit his job of 20 years and cashed out on his retirement at the age of 47 to become an inventor. He posted videos to his YouTube channel in which he demonstrated the ingenuity of his prototypes.
Hello everyone at Quirky. My name is Kenny Beach, and I invented the new improved toilet paper roll holder for the household. It works great, and it's my own little invention, and I'm going to show you how it works. First, I'm just going to demonstrate it. When it's perfected and manufactured with more precision tools, it will go right inside the hole, and it locks and holds in there. And there's a lot of ways to improve this, but my mechanism is inside here. Keeps it from coming all the way out, and keeps it on track. So it works perfect. The new improved toilet paper roll holder. This is a good one, guys. Hello, my name is Kenny Beach, and I am the inventor of the polar bear, as in glow-in-the-dark polar bear.
Kenny even filmed a video application to the TV reality show Shark Tank in hopes of making a name for himself.
Hello, people from Shark Tank. My name is Kenny Beach, and get ready because I'm going to show you a few things about myself, and I'm going to let you know just what I do, what I am, and how much I enjoy life, and how I go about doing that. I am an artist, I am an adventurer, and I am an inventor. And I take all those three talents and I combine them and I just create, create, create.
Despite his infectious enthusiasm and creativity, his ideas had proven to be commercial failures, and he never earned a dime from them. Kenny was in such dire financial straits that he even resorted to selling his house, and made a YouTube video about the endeavor titled "Handsome Cowboy Sells Himself with His Home."
Well, I mean, bro, if you all on the job, and you only all 47 years old, and you haven't made a dime from what you've created, or you haven't put out what you created before you plan to do this. I mean, I'm not sure how far did you think that would get. I don't get the logic behind that. I'm not sure.
This house up for sale, along with.
Now, I've done that all up until about 24 maybe. But this is 20 years older than me. So I mean, if I found that out at 24 that I shouldn't do that, I need to have some type of extra income before I plan to do anything. Then I'm not sure. I'm not.
I'm offering myself along with the house.
And think about being the owner of this house and having a caretaker like me, an all-around good guy, hard-working, creative inventor.
Kenny apparently wanted to sell the home, but still reside on the property as a live-in caretaker.
My whole life I've worked for like corporations and companies, and then I've reached a point in my life where I want to do it my way. I want to live my life the way I see fit, and not make money for other people. I can still make money for people, but my way, and make money the way I want to make money. And one of those ways is to create beautiful homes just like this and sell them. Now, whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know for sure. How I got this home, I've worked a lot of hard jobs all my life, and I saved and saved and saved. And about 7 or 8 years ago, I had enough money in the bank that I wanted to purchase a home.
Because of this, there have been many theories that Kenny chose to take his own life in the desert because he was owing payments on his house. However, Susan Beach has another theory.
People said, oh, well, he owed money on his house. He was doing, no. I contacted the Clark County Recorder's Office
I don't believe that.
just a couple of weeks ago, actually, and I asked him, was there any liens against his property? He said no, up until December of 2015. And Kenny left in 2014. He loved that house. He invested every penny in, to fix it up the way he wanted. He would not just walk away from it unless he thought somewhere along the way he could come back to it, or he had a bigger pot at the end of the rainbow. He would not just walk away and just throw his hands up and I'm done. And there was no lien against it. He didn't owe any.
And then I got another question. Now we're 30 minutes into this, right? Now I've seen this whole video based on interviewing about her. But where's her sister? Well, she didn't want to speak on the camera, or what? I got questions, bro.
He was just having his house payment.
I got questions, man.
I contacted a friend of his best friend's wife, and she told me that a week before he left, that Kenny had turned in his resume for her husband's company. They install solar fields. So Kenny had a job lined up. There was no reason for him to walk away from his life.
There was more to this theory as well, which would eventually be revealed along with the shocking alleged sighting of Kenny years later. On a Reddit thread, one user also expressed their doubts that Kenny had taken his own life, and instead implied something far more sinister had happened. I doubt Kenny took his own life. It makes no sense. Nobody is as happy as they show. But I doubt he was that depressed and would do the same to his family since he had a bad memory of how his father died. I doubt that he left the keys and cell phone near the mine intentionally. Those are items we put in our pockets and easily fall, especially when there's a fight or we're planted there to divert attention from the real grave. While the internet was sharing various theories, some of Kenny's family members began commenting. A user claiming to be Kenny's nephew David wrote, "My uncle Kenny Veach was one of the best people to be around. Practically everything in his house he found, made, worked his ass off for. He disappeared doing what he loved." Among those writing about Kenny was Sharon. After her initial comment following Kenny's disappearance, Sharon uploaded a few clips of her own onto her own YouTube channel. One of her videos is a montage commemorating her time spent with Kenny over the years.
You got your rattlesnake again.
Rattlesnake.
That's
That's
your
the second
second.
snake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is,
What was
the
the
first
first
one wasn't poisonous.
What was the first one? Do you think it was? What kind?
It was a racer of some sort, very beautiful.
So he's got 12 rattles, and he's about 3 feet long, and a big head.
Yep.
As for the M Cave, it also became a thing of legend. The Red Rock Search and Rescue even mentioned the cave as part of their search efforts, as well as other areas Kenny hiked. However, they never discovered the cave's location. In the years following Kenny's disappearance, dozens of copycat hikers set out either to search for clues about what happened to him or to continue Kenny's mission to find the elusive and mythical M Cave.
It's shaped like a big M. It's a big cave that looks just like a gigantic M, and it's about as tall as I am and kind of narrow, and it's stuck on the side of a mountain.
So far, despite many claims, no one has found the exact cave that Kenny described. Though amateur investigators' devotion to the cause hasn't stalled, their experiences have only added to the pile of rampant speculation. More questions have been posed than any answers have ever been found. Once again, Susan Veach has an entirely different theory regarding the cave.
Okay, this is where I have a problem with the M cave. According to Kenny, he was hiking and he went into this cave and he got this vibration and this resonance, and it scared him so bad that his words, hightailed it out of there, and he was going to go get a gun. Well, first of all, I know Kenny, and Sharon herself will tell you that Kenny takes his camera everywhere with him. No, nowhere is there a picture of the M cave or a video of the M cave. Now, okay, I understand he was scared, but there are hikers who have been stopped by mountain lions, and they have the forethought to pull out their cell phone and record it, because if they come up missing and all they find is some bloody clothes, they can look at their phone and say, "Oh my gosh, he was attacked by a mountain lion." This rock formation was not following Kenny. There's no reason why he couldn't take a picture of it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be freaked out like I was last time. Who knows? There might have been a mountain lion in there, and it was just my sixth sense talking to me. So, I'll catch you later. Talk to you in a minute. Bye.
So he gave vague descriptions. Oh, well, I hike here, and I 9,000 here, and I did 40 miles here. And he didn't want anybody to find it because it's not there. I think he did it for attention. I'll be honest with you, I don't think even now he has any idea what kind of massive amount of people are searching for him. The amount of people that are putting YouTube it, I don't think he even expected that.
While most of the new findings regarding this case are sensational at best, one new piece of evidence is by far the most compelling. It supports the possibility, perhaps the craziest possibility of all, that Kenny was still alive and had faked his own death.
I mean,
July 15th, 2018,
I don't know,
a Las
man.
Vegas spiritual
I
healing.
don't know, man, because you got to think about it. There's some weird things that go on around that area, man. So I can't go as to him faking his own death. I mean, but this is
Center called the
man.
Enchanted Forest Reiki Center was broken into. In black and white footage, a male is seen entering the store, walking quickly to go behind the counter and grabbing an iPad. It almost looks as if the intruder knew exactly where to find it. Many who watched the footage claim to see a resemblance between the intruder and Kenny. Susan Veach weighed in on this development.
So I'm sitting in bed and I'm watching this, and all of a sudden the guy comes to the window, and I mean instantly, I was like, "Oh my God, that's Kenny." My heart fell out of my chest. I swear I broke out in a
I just
sweat.
got the chills.
This
bro. I'm
break-in
not
would
gonna lie.
probably have gone under the radar if the store hadn't been owned by Debbie Veach, Kenny's sister.
We see him grab his leg, and Kenny had hurt his knee, and on the mountain, and had to be rescued by helicopter. And Kenny had a bad knee, and the guy does reach for his leg.
But why would Kenny fake his own death and
Yeah,
vanish?
though, but
One theory that has been put forth
behind that?
online, and one that Susan supports, is that he had some sort of life insurance policy.
I can't think of any other reason why he would disappear.
I decided about a year ago that I was going to kind of strike out on my own and go live the life I wanted to live and do the things I wanted to do. My life's kind of an open book. It's just waiting for me to write the pages.
Even his sister, when I called her, she said, "My family and life insurance."
While it hasn't been confirmed if Kenny had another life insurance policy, Susan had one more theory. She claims that Kenny's father took his own life, so his death in 1994 was never reported to Social Insurance, and his retirement benefits with the place where he'd worked had no record of his death until 2022. Because of this, Susan suspects there's a chance that if Kenny is still alive, that he may have been living under his father's name.
I've known Kenny since he was 18. Absolutely it's Kenny. There is no doubt in my mind. But for people to say, "Oh, I was emotional or delusional,"
When you
no.
know, you know.
And
When you
let
know,
me tell
you
you,
definitely
nobody nobody I know wants that to be Kenny. Nobody. It would be so much easier to think that he was doing what he loved. He got hurt, and he died. And I know that sounds awful, but it's easier to think that than to think that he deliberately did this,
Yeah,
and he's put his
yeah.
family and his daughter through we're going on what, 9 years now, 10 years of torment. That's cruel. I mean, it's easier to
Yeah,
think
but
he's
I
dead.
mean,
They've all backpedaled because nobody wants to go to the cops and say that's him. He told them he was going to disappear. He must have had a plan. They don't want him to go to jail. They don't want him to go to prison. I mean, it's not the Kenny that we know. The
yeah,
Kenny we
that's
know
what I
would
know
not
by
do
it.
that.
Basically, that's
But
why I
that
know
doesn't
by
change
it.
the fact that it is him. It's
Yeah,
him
yeah,
in the
that-
CCTV footage.
She know that. She
However,
know too.
this intriguing
know.
CCTV footage has never been officially named as showing Kenny. Still, Susan shared more about what she believes happened with the investigation into the break-in and the theft of the iPad.
When I contacted the secret witness, I asked him, "Well, did anybody turn in the other footage from the other cameras?" No. What about fingerprints? No. The detective said that because they told him it was a high traffic area, that there would be too many fingerprints. And I'm like, but how high? I mean, how many customers do you have go behind the counter and
Something.
reach around the modem? I mean, and how many customers are probably hanging onto the windowsill to pull himself out? Why did they not just for fingerprints?
As far as Kenny's house is concerned, Susan had some interesting information that lends to the idea that perhaps there was something more going on with Kenny's disappearance.
His house mortgage, a lien was never put on that until the end of 2017. They did not start foreclosure process until November, or I think it was November or December of 2017. I just find it hard to believe that a nice house like Kenny had, that they would let it sit for 3 years with no payment before they start foreclosure. Somebody was making those payments on his house. They had to be there. There's no logical explanation for why that house did not foreclose sooner.
Given that Susan believes that Kenny may still be alive, we asked her what she would say to him if he was watching.
Kenny, I love you, but I swear I'd thump you on the head if I could find you right now. You got yourself in quite a pickle. You really did. I don't think you yourself had any idea the scope of what your disappearance has done. I mean, I don't think you even knew. But you know what? You can always come home. You can always come home.
We asked Susan about the current official status of Kenny's case.
So I reached out to the detective in missing persons, and he said, due to budget restraints, they are no longer searching for Kenny. Here's where I have a problem. From November 10th of 2000, well, November 22nd of 2014 until November 21st of 2021, they were searching for him, and now they're not. What changed? The
What
local
changed?
news did a program on our search and rescue, talking about how they are actively pursuing cold cases. And Kenny's was mentioned. That was 2019, but now they're not. Now they're no longer searching.
Despite these many intriguing theories and new developments, this bizarre case remains unsolved, even to this very day, a decade later.
What have they found in 9 years? Nothing. They have found nothing. Not even a shoe, not a backpack, not a shoe, nothing. They have found nothing.
However, many still hold out hope that one day the truth of what happened at Kenny Beach will finally be revealed.
Bro, that's wild, man. I, I, I'm not gonna lie. Even through distorted image, bro. I mean that did quite look like him, bro. And you only break in the store, take a iPad. Nothing else, just iPad. You know exactly where that iPad is. You know, that's a good one, man. That's a ball buster right there, man. Y'all y'all drop below in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about that one, man. I'm gone.